get nervous and
Oh
see what it
yeah,
is
that
to get
that
nervous.
exposure definitely helps, man.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so speaking of that, or kind of a caveat to a caveat, how do y'all deal with the high school coaches? Like we all got our own club teams, and some of us, like me and Tim, coach high school. So, but like, how do you deal with coaching your own group and then sending them to the high school coaches and knowing that some of the high school coaches aren't as well versed in track speed as we are? Like how do you do that?
I'll go ahead
Oh,
and take this one first.
go
All right.
ahead.
I,
Oh,
I'm a piggyback. I could talk about this for an hour, baby.
yeah, boy. We'll be on
hours,
here another 3 hours, boy.
hours. Yeah, well, this is an eyesore for some of us right now. But one thing about me I can say is, for me, it's about the kid. I go ahead and drop my ego because I realize that walking in the picture sometimes is intimidating to a lot of coaches. And so I realize that even when I speak and I try to give some insight, I realize that that's even intimidating. So what I have to prep the kid for what's to come. So like I share this kind of analogy. It's kind of like, from September to like January, you're baking a cake. You got the milk, the eggs, the flour, everything that you need to kind of bake the cake. All you got to do is cut it and serve it. And a lot of high school coaches take the whole cake and put it back in the oven. And it's like they want to do miles and 2 miles, and they want to do repeat 300s, repeat 400s, like repeat 200s. And it's like, what are you doing? This is not even like part of the plan. And it's like, all right, so like the kids, then I have to ask the kid, hey, what you do today at practice? Man, we have repeat 300s. All right, you on the grass. And then it's like, all right, you know what? We go in the weight room. We're gonna work on some things. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things like that. And then like when I speak to some of the coaches that I can speak with, I'll be like, hey, this is the plan that I have for, athlete A, you know what I'm saying? And this is what we've been doing, this, that, and the third. And they're like, oh, well, it's all right. We're just gonna do this. And I'm just like, okay. But at the end of the day, like this is certain things that I work with some coaches, or I just won't say nothing. I just let them go through their whole high school season, and that they're underperforming, and the coaches are sitting there acting like they know better. But we'll sit back and just let them finish out their season, and then when it's time for them, those that want to be that coach, to allow them to go through their season, I'll just wait till they come back to me and then take them through the AAU season, and then just go back for the second time and take them through the rest of the season, and then kind of make that adjustment. But some kids, I just tell them, nah, you're not going. Especially like the athletes that I know, and I know that's going to perform. Nah, you're not going to high school. I'm sorry.
Oh, I
P, what you
think
got?
that I go ahead.
Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead,
Tim.
Pete. Go Pete. I want to hear Pete.
All right. So I go through it out here in Raleigh with these damn
Going
coaches.
through hell up there, Raleigh
Bro,
boy.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I got kids, y'all. I pretty much got kids at every high school out here, right? My approach is this: you can't have an ego if you don't know what you're teaching.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? And if a parent or athlete reach out to me and they want to come to my training on a Sunday and say, "All right, coach, I'm up here." I'll be like, "Get in the block. Let me see your blocks." Dude got his knee in his neck, and I'm like, "Look, who taught you that?" "Oh, my high school coach." And then you're mad at me for going to fix it, putting his shin at an angle where he can project out, teach him how to pull, teach him how to transition, teach him how to push his hips. You know, the basics now. What we call the basics. Just basic running. Kid dropped 2, 3 tenths off his time, and coach is mad. Why are you training with somebody else? Because you're not giving them what we trying to give them.
Exactly.
I
So
ain't putting the kid. You got to put the kid first, man.
Yeah.
90% of the coaches in Raleigh don't like me because it exposes their weaknesses. It has nothing to do with the ego. It ain't got nothing to do with me making posts. It's strictly off the fact that I'm teaching something that when they go to my training and then they got to go back to their high school training and they are not critiqued. They are not. Nothing is fixed. Everything is good job, good rep, pick it up. running back, what they say, what their favorite line with the coaches, get your knees up. Get your knees up. They love saying that. Get your knees up. They don't know how to say that about striking the ground, but you get your knees up. You know what I'm saying? So, man, well, my thing is at this point, you know, the proof is in the pudding as far as what real coaching is, man. So they don't have to like me. You know what I mean? They don't have to agree, but they can't never question my ability to teach, develop an athlete. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? That's my biggest thing. Until you guys can tell me what I'm not doing wrong. My perfect example, I had two coaches. I'm not gonna say no name. They know who they are. Two high school coaches that coach at a summer club. And I felt the negative energy one time at the meet. So I seen him at high school regionals, and I was like, "Tell me what y'all issue is with me. Like, I know y'all don't like me. Just tell me straight up. We grown. I want to know. Like, be honest. Tell me straight to my face. I'm a real one. I can take it. Tell me why y'all don't like me." And one coach was like, she was like, "Well, the way you came out with your team was unethical. I just didn't like the way you came out." You know what I'm saying? This is what she said now. And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she's like,
Dang.
"Well, you had this athlete and this athlete and this athlete. You stole them from our team. And we didn't have a chance to talk to the kids before you stole." I let her talk. I said, "Stole?" She said, "Hold on, let me
Stole.
talk." I said, "Hold on, go ahead." She said, "You stole these athletes from our team. And we didn't basically I didn't get a chance as a coach to holler at them athletes before they talk about making a transition over to the new." I said, "Okay." Well, I said, what's going on with the athlete?" She told me the athlete's name. And I said, "Well, let me tell you like that. I don't steal nobody. Because when I came into the game, I ain't know nobody in local in this track game. Nobody. I literally took 10 years off and came back in and learned the local athletes that was
Me
fast."
too. Yeah.
And I said, "So this young lady ran on your team, right?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, let me tell you how this worked. I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know she could run. One of my athletes called me and said, 'This girl from such and such school want to come to my training session.' She came to my training session. After training, her daddy and her pulled me to the side and said, 'Coach, let me tell you something. I ain't never heard nobody break down sprinting like that the way you have. You just gave so much information within 2 hours that I'm over here like we in class. I want my daughter to run on your team. You got a spot for her?' I said, 'Yeah.' What she run? Oh, she run 56.8. Oh, yeah, I definitely got a spot for her. She ended up running 55. She ended up going 55 flat. You know what I'm saying? She went 12, her PR was 12.5. She went 12.03 with me. You feel me? So, okay. So that's why you mad. We stole her, but I didn't steal her. Talked to another athlete. Athlete was begging me for 4 months, calling over there saying he wanted to run with me. Daddy was like, "No, we run with such and such. We running with this team. We running with this team." The daddy ended up calling me back and saying, "The kid done begged me so much, I gotta let him run with y'all." They did that. So the daddy called me now, and the coach telling me that it was unethical because as a summer track coach, I should have called his high school coach and told them that he's running with me, and I also should have called the old team that the parents decided to take him off of, and out of respect, and call that coach when that ain't my job. You feel me? So again, and that was the whole point. I'm like, so y'all mad at me over something that ain't even really going on. So y'all hating me over something basically it basically comes down to me getting the athletes better. All these kids want to come run on my team, and I'm exposing you guys, not intentionally, but it's accidental. But at the same time, when a kid comes to one of our training, us for this on this podcast right here, and then you go back to a basic coach that's your science teacher or ran 11.3 in high school as he was a senior, and he don't know the science of sprinting, you're gonna get a different level of coaching when it comes to this over here, baby. That's why we started this podcast. Because we're gonna give you the real, we're gonna break down the science of this thing.
Yes,
We're gonna tell
sir.
you, you know what I'm saying? So that's my philosophy, man. All the coaches that are mad, step your game up, man. So we're gonna apply pressure to you. And it ain't nothing against. I'm not, and that's another thing. I'm not against high school coaches. I love what y'all
No,
do.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like coaches, high school coaches in this area think that, oh, I'm no, it's that's nothing against. I can't knock you for what you don't know. I'm not gonna talk down on you. It's just a lack of understanding and a lack of knowledge that you didn't understand. I've opened my doors and tried to have coaching clinics for the high school coaches in Raleigh. Nobody replied back. Nobody wants to do it. You know what I mean? So again, if you have such a big ego where you can't teach blocks, you can't teach drive fades, you don't even know how to warm up. You know what I'm saying? Your program is really ran like a middle school team. What else am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? You just want to keep that distance. So that's my answer, kind of, Coach B, man, where I'm at with it. I kind of keep my distance but the ones that are understanding, um, we got a great relationship. There are a few that I talk to, and we talk to each other. We communicate. I let them know, if most of my high school kids during the season only come to me on Sunday. We focus on drive, phase, and blocks and angles because that's my specialty. You know what I'm saying? Um, really don't try to touch too much outside of that. You know what I mean? Because like you said, coach, it bounce off of what you were saying. If I touch too much of what the high school is doing during the week, I could potentially get that athlete hurt. You know what I mean? So I always ask them, "What did you do this week? What is your legs like? How did your body feel?" You have to communicate with me so I can mentally plan out something that I can still work on your flaws and not hurt you at the same time. But yeah, that's my answer, Coach B. Man, that's it's a hero thing I hear with me, but it is what it is, man.
That's good. That's
I,
good
I
Uh,
stuff.
have coaches. I have coaches telling me, "You act like you like you a pro. You act like you ain't no
You
pro." And
was.
I'm like,
Tell them I
I'm what?
was, man.
but they got
Like
some
what?
guts. But I ain't even had nobody approach me, and they better not.
Yeah,
Look,
I've had people say, oh. Let me back y'all. Let me tell you guys what happened. So, um, one of the coaches made a comment. God, this gonna chuckle y'all to death. She was like, "Well, you act like you this superstar, uh, world's best coach." And she said, "You act like you can develop all these kids. Like I ain't seen you. All you do is take fast kids." And I said, "You don't take no slow kids and make them fast." I said, "I took the slowest kid and make him the fastest in the state. Look at Dom. You know what I'm saying?" And then her reply was, "Let me see you take a 13-4 kid and make him run 10-5." I said, "Now you want me to make magic? Now come on, now y'all just man, you know what I'm saying? Like, why even that comment alone even shows that you're intentionally don't want to show the acknowledge or respect of what we do as coaches. You know what
exactly,
I'm saying? Like
exactly.
you can't even acknowledge of what we have done. And I'm saying everybody, because some, we get all of us, we get more love than we get the jealous stuff. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
love always overpower the hate. But it just comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't getting hated on, somebody ain't talking about your program, you ain't really doing that. You ain't that good of at your job. And I'm just be honest. That just come with any sport. If you at the top of your game at any level, acting, athletics, whatever, people gonna hate on you. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so I just to the point where I just took it as flattery, man. I take it as flattery. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we only doing this to help kids. I'm not in
Right.
competition with other coaches. I'm not, and I love all of y'all. We know we all competitive. I respect all of y'all on the athletic level and as men. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's just sports, man. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
it.
Y'all doing this just to get these kids to the next level. The only
Oh
reason
yeah.
is because we can't run no more. We can't coach. I mean, we can't perform no more. So we just want to give back to all the knowledge that we got from this sport and the love of this sport, man. That's all it is.
That's it. Yeah, I just try to. Oh man, shoot, man, I don't even know where to start, brother. With that one. Uh, yeah, I had a little bit of that, man. Not much of it. What I try to do, man, it's on the parents. Like, if you want your athlete to keep